Hi everyone, welcome back to my next video. Number one question I have gotten from so many people over the years is, will I be safe if I come out and become a nomad, if I live in a car, van, or RV? And people are really kind of terrified of the idea, especially the idea of coming out and boondocking on public land. Because look where I am. I'm here in the middle of nowhere. I mean, there is no one near me. I've maybe seen half a dozen cars go by all day, if that. People think that if they're out here and alone, they're in grave danger. So, and one thing I hear all the time is, I told my friends, I told my family, I really feel like this is something I'd like to do. I need to do it for financial reasons. I'm going to do this. They all say, oh, you're going to be killed. It's so dangerous. You'll be raped. You'll be murdered. Uh, I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say that. And I want you to know that being a nomad, especially a boondocking nomad, is the safest way you can live in this entire country. I can I can just hear your mouths opening and going, huh? Let me say that to you again. Living as a nomad, car, van, or RV, out in the boondocks is the safest thing you can do in this country. And I know you find that hard to believe. I know you watch the news and you read the papers and you watch the internet, and it says you are so much danger. I'm telling you, they're wrong. They're just flat wrong. And I'm going to prove it to you in today's video. So stay tuned. How can I possibly say that living in a car, van, or RV out here in the middle of nowhere, or even stealth parking in a city, you're safer than anyone else in America? Well, it's because you are taking control of your life. You are making your own choices. So, for example, you get to choose where you live. Now, I've chosen to live here in this beautiful place for 2 weeks. Then, after 2 weeks, the government's going to choose for me to leave. But then I'm going to go to some other beautiful place. But I'm going to choose that place. And by being able to choose where I live, I take control over my safety. And I'm going to prove that to you right now. So let's start in the city. Let's say you live in Chicago. Chicago is a very crime-infested city. I'm putting up on the screen right now a map. It's a map of 2005 in Chicago. Chicago is broken down by neighborhoods, and on your left-hand side, you'll see a legend, and it gives the color coding for this map of Chicago. The green areas, the dark green areas, have less than 500 violent crimes per 100,000 people. For a large city, that's on the low side. It's a lot of large cities are much higher than 500 per 100,000. But then you'll see that then it's color coded all the way down to bright red. And bright red is 4,000 violent crimes per 100,000 people. 4,000 per 100,000 people is apocalyptic. That is your worst dreams come true. That if you walk out of the house, you are in serious danger of being robbed or murdered or raped. That really is true. So if you live in one of those red areas in Chicago, you are in extreme danger. But if you own a car and your car's pretty decent, it's good looking, it's pretty reliable, you take care of yourself, you look nice, you can move into your car and move to one of the other green areas and go from 4,000 crimes, violent crimes per 100,000 people to 500. So right off the bat, your life is drastically safer. So that's one way in which becoming a nomad, van lifer, moving into your car, van, or it's not so much an RV in the city of Chicago. You probably couldn't get away with it at all. But if you move into your car or your van, your minivan especially, you can be so much safer in the city of Chicago. And you can find a map like that on nearly all the major cities, crime-infested cities in the country. The police will put them out, and you'll know this is where I can go and be safe. By being able to move wherever I want to, I can be much, much safer than I would be if I was in one of these red or yellow areas or even light green. Every step you take towards dark green, you are safer and safer and safer and safer. By being in control of your location, You are in control of your safety. Now, there's another step you can take. You can leave a great big city like Chicago, which you know is crime infested. Statistically, the smaller the city, every step down in city size, the city becomes safer. So the amount of violent crime per 100,000 people goes down if you're in a city of 1 million, if you're a city of 500,000, if you're in a city of 250,000, or if you're in a city of 10,000. I mean, it just is obvious, isn't it, that if you move from a big city to a small city, it's going to be safer. And the statistics just prove it over and over and over again. I'm not even going to bother to prove that to you. It's just common sense that per 100,000, you're going to be much safer. Now, if you choose a county without any large cities in it, your safety skyrockets up. So there's a website, and there's a link to it down below, that lists every county in the United States of America, and it lists the number of violent crimes in it, and then it lists how many per 100,000 people. So if you find a county that you like the area, and that's really easy to do in this country, because wherever you go, you find somewhere you like. I love it where I am right now, and I'm in a county. And so if you find a county that you like and it has a very low crime rate, you know you've chosen wisely, haven't you? And this is a listing of all the counties in Nevada. And you'll see I have highlighted 4 different counties. I've just circled them. One of them is Clark County, which has over 15,000 violent crimes every year. Where could that be in Nevada? Obviously, that's Las Vegas. Las Vegas is in Clark County, and every year in Las Vegas there are 15,000 violent crimes. And so you'll see I've highlighted 3 other counties. Lincoln has 2 violent crimes per year. 2. Nye County has 71 violent crimes per year, and Esmeralda County has 1 violent crime every year. Now you tell me, I'm not all that bright, so I need you to help me out here. Which of those counties is safer? The county with 17,000 violent crimes, or the county with 1? And you are in control of that. You make that decision. You go to this website, the link's down below. You find the state you like, the county in that state you like, and then you go there and you spend your summers or your winters or wherever you want in that county. And the odds of you being in a violent crime drop from 17,000 in Clark County to 1 in Esmeralda County. So now I'm putting up a map of Nevada, and you can see, so you get a visual picture of what you have to do to be safer. Now you'll see at the very tip, and you'll see the county seat, which happens to be Las Vegas of Clark County. Now, directly above it is Lincoln County, which had 2 violent crimes. It is an hour's drive. In 1 hour drive, you can leave Las Vegas and be in Lincoln County. You can leave a place with 17,000 violent crimes and go to a place with 2. You can camp in boondock all around Lincoln County because it's virtually empty. I mean, most of Nevada is virtually empty. And you can camp there, and there will only be 2 violent crimes in the entire year. And what are the odds of you being there during a violent crime? I mean, it's just being one of those 2, almost non-existent, because the violent crime all happens in cities. And if you'll get away from the cities, you'll get away from the violent crime. Here's a way to think about this. Criminals have street smarts. They don't have desert smarts. Okay, right? I mean, again, I think this is just really common sense. If you have street smarts and you can walk around Las Vegas or Chicago or Phoenix or New York or Los Angeles or anywhere, and you can see people and think, oh, that's an easy target, I'm going to grit him. Criminals have street smarts. They're predators. They have honed their predatory instincts. Well, here's the thing. None of them have honed their predatory instincts to be out in the desert. They're not rattlesnakes. You might think they're like rattlesnakes, but they're not. They have street smarts, not desert smarts, not wood smarts, not mountain smarts. They're not out here. They're looking for lots of prey with lots of easy opportunities and the good chance of getting something worthwhile for their effort. That's not you and me out here living in a car or a van. They're not bothered. They're not out here. They're not looking for us. So the further you get away from the city of any size, the safer you are. So my point is, and I think it's just common sense, that the further you are away from the population center, the smaller the population center, the further away you are, the safer you are. Now, it's very important that we say that if kids come out to party, they come out to party, they come out to drink, they come out to blow off steam and have a party and be a problem. Now, if you're within where they're going to go party, blowing off their steam, then you're bringing risks upon yourself. That's one of the reasons you need to be further away. The further you are away from a city of any size, the safer you are. So again, if you are camping near Las Vegas or near Pahrump and you get an hour away in the middle of the desert, a little bit off the road, no one can see you, you are essentially immune to crime, violent crime. Because one out of an entire year, and you're going to be in that county for 2 weeks, and then you're going to move to another county which had 2 violent crimes that year, you are going to be safe. So the first reason I can tell you that you will be safer as a nomad than anyone else in the country is because you are in control of your location. Now, there's a second reason. I am convinced that you are safer out here in the middle of nowhere than you are in any city of any size. The bigger the city, the more danger there is, but even in small towns, there is some danger. And that is that the vast majority of violent crimes, including sexual assaults, the attacker is someone you know. It's just a simple statistical fact. You can look it up, the Department of Justice and the FBI. By being in control of the people around you, you are in control of your safety or your danger by your choice of friends. So right now I'm putting up on the screen a screenshot, and so this shows the relationship. They compiled these numbers from the FBI and the Department of Justice of attacks by the relationship that you know them. So what's my point? My point is that by knowing your friends and limiting your friends to a very few people and the few people that you know really well, you are going to be safer automatically. If you work as a teacher anymore, that's a highly dangerous job because you never know when a guy's going to walk in with a gun and just start killing everyone. If you work at the post office, we have a saying for working at the post office: going postal. So if you work at the post office, you have a lot of acquaintances, people that you worked there 5 years ago that you've never met, but he's still going to come back and kill everybody there, including you, and on and on and on. Or if you're just you make your neighbor mad one day and he goes off his rocker and decides to kill you, that's acquaintance. Or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your mom or your dad. I mean, it's hard to believe. It's kind of hard to believe all these numbers for all these people that are supposed to love you instead are murdering you. At any rate, you see the point that the vast majority of murders, and I think by extension violent crimes as a whole, are by people that you know. And nomads, we don't know a lot of people, but we know them really well. They become deep, intense friends. So you see the point that you're in control of the people who are around you. Someone pulls up here, first, I see him coming. He's not sneaking up on me. No one is sneaking up on me because I'm aware of all the ways to me. I can hear them. I can see them. I know they're coming. No one's just sneaking up on me in the middle of the night. I'm in tune to my surroundings, and they're not out here because they ain't got street smarts. They ain't got no mountain smarts. I got a whole lot more mountain smarts than they do. Also, if you're in a car or in a minivan, what are you going to have in there that they're going to want to steal, that they're going to risk everything to come out here? Let's go back to the idea of sexual assault, because I know a lot of my audience are women, and you are terrified of the idea of being out here alone, no one around you, and sexual assault. Everything I looked up, everything I read gave between 80 and 90% of sexual assaults are people they know. The same for child abuse and child assaults. It's someone you know. Stranger danger is not the risk that you think it is. You are in control. And in the rest of this series, I'm going to tell you so many ways that you can virtually eliminate all risk from stranger danger or any kind of danger. I want you to know that you are safe. I believe, as a nomad, living in a car, van, or an RV, I say especially cars or vans, you are the safest people in this country because you are in control of your life. You're in control of who you know, who you surround yourself with. You're in control of where you go and where you spend your time. And by being in control, you assure yourself of being incredibly, incredibly safe. Now, bad luck can happen. Can you be the only person in Esmeralda County the one night you spend there has a violent attack? Of course that could happen. It's almost non-existent, but it could happen. You could just be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Bad luck. And I know I can hear a lot of you out there saying, well, knowing my luck, I will be. Really, you won't. I mean, statistically, it's non-existent. However, this is going to be a long series, and in this series, I'm going to tell you how to even take care of that one infinitesimally small chance that you can be at the wrong place at the wrong time, and how you can really almost guarantee yourself that you're going to be safe. So it won't be all at once, so I'm just going to stagger them out through the rest of the year. I have a lot of things I want to tell you about safety, and so I hope you'll come back and you'll watch them. I hope they'll be useful to you, that they'll make your life better. If they do, if your life is better from my work, then I hope you'll like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll talk to you later. Bye now.